Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Wingin' It Season 3, Episode 19. Thank you so much for joining us. And now let me introduce your host, the man who was Tom's first friend on MySpace, Dr. D.
Yes, sir, I was. I was on Friendster. That's how old I am. Hello, all, and welcome to Wingin' It. I am your host, Dr. D. Thank you for joining us, as always. You can listen to us on Amazon Music, iTunes, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and all the other places where you get your podcasts. Let's introduce tonight's guests. Coming to us from New York City, you can find her on Instagram at Miss Spartacus. Please welcome Lindsey Barnes.
Oh.
Lindsey, the kids are back off to school. Are you enjoying your life now?
Life is so great from 9 to 3 in my life. I mean, it's incredible.
That's when life is terrible for me, by the way. Just coincidentally.
I have like the reverse of everyone's life.
Also coming to us from New York City, you can find him on Instagram at Brian Bucci. Brian Bucci.
Hey,
Boucher.
What's up?
Brian, what's the city like? How's is the city vibrant? Is the city alive?
Oh,
Now Broadway's back.
I don't know. Why don't I look out my window that leads into another window in my apartment and let you know? I love
that. That is so New York. I love it.
It really is.
And our last contestant coming to us from New Jersey, you can find him on Instagram at No Filter Paul. Please welcome the always quiet No Filter Paul. Paul, do people at work comment that you're a little too loud and aggressive, or have they just
loud? Yeah, but not aggressive because I have to be filtered, Paul, at my job. People say that's not possible, but trust me, when they write you a fat check every week,
yeah, I was going to say so we can pay the mortgage. All right,
exactly.
All right, let's get to our prompts. Titles for James Mack, our producer, James Mack's autobiography. He's a military veteran and a jerk. Lindsey.
Buns and camo.
Brian.
An apple a day. Or how I carried Dr. D's career for 20 years.
Paul.
I'm from Texas, but I don't look much like a steer.
Lindsey.
The only thing we have to fear is beard itself.
Brian.
No, just because my last name is Mac doesn't mean I'm a rapper.
Paul.
Years of cheap applause because I'm in the military.
Lindsey.
Long horns and other long things.
Brian.
I may be funny, but I'm no Brian Boucher.
It's the title of everyone's biography.
True.
Paul.
How to do 200 bullshit bar comedy shows in 1 year.
Wow.
Harsh.
Wow. Someone's mic might get cut off.
All right, Lindsey, it's between you and me. Which one?
All right, good night.
Had to get filtered.
Oh, good job. Good. James took it like a man, too. Things you shouldn't say when being robbed. I was robbed at a bar in New York City once while sitting at the bar. Interesting, I know. Brian.
Just whatever you do, please don't take the $100 bill that's in my shoe. Please.
Paul.
That gun looks way too big to fit up my ass.
Lindsey.
Like maybe if you just tried saying please.
Brian.
Oh, just one gun? Okay. All right there, buddy.
Paul.
You can beat me until I come, but I'm still not telling you where the money is.
I don't think that was his intention, but sure. Lindsey.
Make sure to wash your hands after, because I did take a shit in that purse earlier.
Brian.
Listen, you don't want a piece of this, okay? I was a black belt at Tiger Schulman's.
Paul.
Black Lives Matter.
Lindsey.
I feel like you didn't even ask about my jewelry. What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's good. Wait, have you been vaccinated? James, give me one.
So I saw this in one of those Marvel movies. I know what I'm supposed to do to beat you.
Unusual reasons for protests. And because they're out of Doritos, that's not an unusual reason. That is a perfectly reasonable reason for a protest. Paul.
James Mack's biography makes the New York Times bestseller list.
Lindsay.
Free the nap. Embrace the siesta.
Brian.
Why is it called Lego My Eggo, but there's no waffle-themed Lego set?
Paul.
White people campaigning because they've run out of the new Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Lindsay.
We need to get Justin Timberlake into a conservatorship.
Brian.
I am sick and tired of seeing men on dating apps. It's too much competition for me. Get rid of them.
Weird thing to protest? Yes. Paul.
What? There's going to be a 4th season of Winging It?
Everybody is protesting that. Lindsay.
More meat in our burgers, less dog.
Okay, and Brian.
Somebody explain to me what AOC stands for. I never really found out what the full thing means.
Those are some very, very specific esoteric things to be mad at. I love it.
Does it not fit?
No more protest. No more.
That's as the kids say, meta? No? What really happens in sports timeouts? This is right up Lindsay's alley, as we discussed in the last break. Lindsay.
All right, forget fingers. How many sponsors am I holding up?
You get sports. Brian.
Hey, come here, man. Come here. Patty cake.
Paul.
Time to write racist and homophobic emails to the club owners that will get you fired in about 10 years.
Club owners. Very sports.
Your English is showing.
So?
Lindsay.
Everybody dance now.
Brian.
Listen, did you see what Kyrie was wearing on the way to the game today? So tacky.
Kyrie won't be going to any games.
Oh, I saw.
Paul.
The Penn State team get reminded exactly what happens if they lose. Oh, and also if they win.
It's an old joke, but I like it. Lindsay.
All right, huddle up. What did everybody think about this week's Bachelor in Paradise?
Brian.
This is really embarrassing, but I actually don't know what a technical foul is.
And Paul.
All right, what do you want from Arby's? What do you want from Arby's? What do you want from Arby's?
All right, good job. Arby's, great reference.
They have.
Bad things to say after having sex. I wouldn't know. I've never had sex. Brian.
Mom! I finally did it!
You have Paul.
Is it in yet?
Triggered. Lindsay.
You just let me know when you want to start.
Brian.
Woo!
Paul.
Where's my watch?
Lindsay.
Do you feel itchy yet?
Oh. Brian.
Well, girl, it looks like you just got booshed. That'll make sure I never get laid again.
I have a feeling you've actually said that.
Hi.
Paul.
Now, are you sure you can get me on Winging It?
Any episode you want, big guy. And Lindsay.
Yeah, not at all the way your mother described it would be.
Oh. Lindsay out disgusting Paul. Good job.
Well, in my case, it was the mother that was in the room.
Lines you can say about a restaurant, but not your significant other. That's a mighty fine menu. Lindsay.
If you slip them a 20, they'll let you right in.
Brian.
You know, it was a lot better in the 90s.
Paul.
Wow, this ribeye steak looks a lot like the scar I fucked on you last night.
All right, anybody's game. Raise your hand. Brian.
You know what? They're kind of annoying on Twitter.
Paul.
This wine looks better with age.
Lindsey.
I'm fine with a few pieces on the side.
Paul.
I love fat on my steak.
Brian.
I can't believe it's already 45 years old.
Lindsey.
If it's tasty, I'm fine with a few rats.
Oh, Paul.
This place gave Dr. D the shits.
What kind of woman are you dating? Brian.
Just look at the marbling on that meat.
Paul.
This shrimp should have a shit bag.
Lindsey.
Service was horrible. I shouldn't have to pay. Not even just the tip.
See, that's a double where that works both guys. Paul.
This sandwich enjoys it when I just use the tip.
All right, good job. Good job tonight, everybody. You all are great.
Especially Paul.
What's that, buddy?
I said especially Paul.
That was very passive aggressive, Brian.
No, he just doesn't fucking yell and scream everything like you.
He's pulling a doll out right now and sticking needles into it.
I just want
I'm
Brian
just
to
taking the wire on my headphones, just pretending it's Paul's head.
My head's already that shape.
Yeah.
Brian, I just want you to finish every set you ever do with "You just got booshed."
Oh, I do.
I love it.
Boost and just fucking drop them.
He needed 206
brand.
All right.
Jane.
So added it up, and Brian won. Somebody wins.
Brian,
You counted his dead
you
relatives.
get to make fun of Paul for 2 minutes. Or, I mean, do 2 minutes.
Oh God. Well, okay. This is something I did something that Paul probably has never done. I read a book recently. That was a lot of fun. I read Pride and Prejudice for some reason. I was like, this will be fun. I'll learn stuff. I don't like that book. All right. I really don't. Because here's why. This is the plot of Pride and Prejudice. It's just a lady who's like a free-thinking, independent woman of the times. And in 1800s England, all that means is that she occasionally just goes, like that's it. That's all she does. And then she falls in love with this dude who's like this very like stoic, mysterious guy. And all that means that he just goes, like that's it. That's all he does. And then the whole book is just them being like, will they or won't they? It's like, yeah, they will. You know why? Have you seen the cover of any version of Pride and Prejudice? It's just him looking at her with his hand behind his back. He's like, It's like, that's, if you do that to someone in 1800s England, she's pregnant now. That's how that works. Okay. And like, I don't know. I didn't like the book. And what I didn't like about it is that if that story happened today, that book would be over in like 2 seconds, right? Because Elizabeth, the lady, she just posted a thirst trap on Instagram, and then he'd be like, and like that'd be the end of it. You know what I mean? That's it. Anyway, do not recommend. Never read a book ever again. I'm done. Thank you very much, guys.
And this is not trolling you at all. It's my favorite fictional book.
Really?
Yes, I love it. Lindsey is very shocked by the fact that A, I've read Pride and Prejudice, and B, that I love it. I know, I can tell my
Closely followed by Dr. D's dating history.
I've seen you bring up Seward's Folly unprompted in conversation, so that doesn't surprise me. It's like, that's a blast to 7th grade.
All right, once again, you can find these funny folks all over. Lindsey Barnes, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me Instagram or Twitter at Miss Spartacus. I was about to say .com, but that makes me sound really old. But I also do have a website, missspartacus.com. So there you go. I mean, all of those.
Our winner for tonight, Brian Boucher, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and I guess TikTok at Brian Bucci, BrianBooChy. I have the same handle on all the stuff.
Why is that, Lindsey? Because you just got
booshed.
There we go. See?
No Filter Paul, where can they find you?
Everywhere at No Filter Paul, nofilterpaul.com for dates. And great show tonight, guys.
I can get a date with you on nofilterpaul.com.
You had one last Friday. What are you talking about?
I'm going there right after the show. I'll take you wherever you want.
You said I'd be winning this, you liar.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode. Be sure to follow Wingin' It on Instagram at Wingin' It Comedy. That's WINGIN Comedy. Wingin' It is a production of Headspace and Timing Comedy. I am Dr. D, and we'll see you next time, hopefully.